Many members here today, so we'll move quickly into questions. Mr. McNamee, let me begin with you and ask the question that I have been asked repeatedly since your name came forward in nomination. You have been supported by many, but your nomination has also been criticized by some due to your previous position as DOE's Director of the Office of Policy and your purported involvement in the administration's effort to subsidize coal and nuclear power plants. So I'd like to give you the opportunity to respond to that and also ask the question as to whether or not you believe that your prior policy work will influence unduly influence your decision-making as a commissioner at the FERC.
Thank you, Chairman. I know I can honestly say that I will be an independent arbiter if the issues come before me at FERC. I think it's important to look at the law and the facts and to make those decisions based on that. As I mentioned in my introduction, I've had the benefit of being before commissioners at the state level and knowing that they always listened, they looked at the facts, the law, and they made the hard decision. But the most important thing is they listened and they thought, and sometimes you won, sometimes you lost, but you always were confident that they were paying attention, and that was very important. And as you mentioned, the concern out there is when I was part of the Department of Energy as the Deputy General Counsel for the department, my role was working on the Section 403 NOPR that was proposed by Secretary Perry to FERC. That was a proposed rulemaking in order to address what he perceived as the problems and challenges of the retirements of a number of fuel-secure resources. That proposal went over to FERC, and FERC considered it, and FERC made a decision. They decided that the proposal was set forth, that a combination that the record wasn't sufficient, and that it did not meet their standards for being able to act under Section 205 or 206. And what they did is they rejected the proposed proposal. But what they also did is that they also opened up a new docket in order to consider the issues that were proposed in there, and it's currently open. So my role was primarily as the lawyer, and as I've talked throughout in my introduction, I've had a number of roles as a lawyer, and I've been fortunate enough to represent and to work on a number of important issues in the energy issue.
I appreciate that response. Mr. Vela, let me ask you that we had an opportunity yesterday to discuss some of the workforce issues, the workplace issues, and what the Park Service has encountered over a period of years. And this is this long-term, unfortunately long-term pattern of sexual harassment and a hostile work environment. This has been substantiated in numerous IG reports. This is really a dark cloud over our National Park Service. You clearly are proud of the men and women that you work with, that you have an opportunity to supervise, but you're going to be in that position where you have an opportunity to change the culture within the National Park Service, and I think we both agree that the culture must be changed. You've mentioned in your opening statements accountability, but if you can detail to the committee what you view this long-term plan to fundamentally change the culture within National Park Service when it comes to the workplace and workforce issues.
Absolutely, Chairman Murkowski, and thank you for your time yesterday. I enjoyed our visit. We have a responsibility and an obligation to make sure that all of our employees, permanent, seasonal, volunteer, have a workplace that treats them with the dignity and respect that they deserve. And I, if confirmed, would look forward to carrying out some further developments that the agency has been able to put into place that provide additional assets, if you will, to help us to address that. I think we're in a better place now to know what is taking place throughout the service. We have better reporting requirements. We have survey instruments. We've added additional subject matter expertise to help guide individuals who are making allegations through the process. We have more defined processes. But the thing that I want to make sure, if confirmed, is that we have accountability. Accountability throughout the entire chain of command. It starts with the director. The director sets the tone. He or she sets the dynamics, if you will, to ensure that we do get that accountability. So I would look forward, Chairman Murkowski, if confirmed, to, again, take what has been done to a higher level, but to make sure that we have accountability throughout the process.
Thank you. We would look forward to working with you to achieve just that. Senator Cantwell.